everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are setting up my 2021 bullet journal. This year I'm using the Archer and Olive B5 dotted notebook. This will be the first time I use this size of notebook. I wanted to again try something new. Last year, if you saw my 2020 flip through, I used the blackout notebook and the traveler's notebook. So this is quite a change in size, which I'm excited about. When I was thinking about what I wanted to do for 2021, I was getting inspiration from others who bullet journal, and the minimal and clean looks of some of the people I follow on Instagram and Pinterest really stood out to me. So that's kind of where I was going with this year. As you can see, I'm using craft paper and black ink and matching washi tapes. But I think going forward, even in my monthly setups, I want to utilize the size of the B5 but not completely fill it up. Even here on my quote page, which is, hey, it can't be any worse than 2020, I kept it simple with just the scrap piece of craft paper and a bit of washi tape, but really having a lot of white space. I just really like the look, and I keep it this way throughout my setup. Moving on to my grid page, I was noticing that a lot of my spreads, especially the weeklies, really only stuck to either using a third of the page or a half of the page. So in order to have that white space that I'm really looking for, I only set up really two sizes of spread layout, which is the half page and the third page, as you can see, but everyone's different, so it really depends on the size of your notebook and what you like to do. But these are the two sizes that I really stuck to, I noticed in previous bullet journals, so that's what I'm going to stick with going forward. As you can see, my at a glance page sticks to those thirds, and doing my hand lettering, really practicing that this year. The cursive lettering, I want to practice that more because I utilized a lot of stencils and stamps and stickers in 2020. So hopefully for 2021 I can get a little bit better at hand lettering. But now on to the tedious task of writing out every little calendar. Before moving on to my future log setup, I again add just a bit of washi tape using neutral colors again, the black and the grid. All the supplies that I'm using will be linked below, but sticking with the minimal theme, I just stuck to basically the craft paper color grids and gray and black washi tape, as well as just a gray brush pen to highlight some of the months, and various black pens to either do my hand lettering or the lines. But that's pretty much all that I used for my setup this time around. And again, now that I have my future log, sticking to the thirds, 3 months on each page, and giving myself enough room for each month to list everything going on, but again, still having that white space that I'm really going for in this setup. One thing about switching back over to a white page notebook and using just standard black ink pens, as you can see I'm left-handed, and what I noticed when I was using the blackout notebook was with gel ink I was really smudging a lot, and it just kind of got a little frustrating after a while. So that's one thing I'm really excited to do with a white page notebook again, is just not have those smudges, being the lefty that I am. Moving on, these 2 pages are my list pages, my 2021 goals and my 2021 ideas, just ideas to jot down as I have them throughout the year. One thing that I noticed with the paper that you get from the Archer and Olive notebooks is the B5 size isn't quite as big as the notebook, so I did have to cut out a few pieces to fill in those gaps. But these pages are very simple. I wasn't quite sure what goals I wanted to focus on in 2021 quite yet, so I did leave that blank. But before the year starts, I will have those filled in. For 2020, I focused on financial goals, personal goals, and creative goals, but I might do something a little different in 2021. And then, of course, we have my what to watch list and my what to read list. I am a part of a book club, but I've noticed that outside of book club, I read additional books, and I just want to have a space where I can keep track of all of that, jot it down when I finish it, and kind of how I liked it. And the same goes for watching. This will be a list for both movies and TV, but keeping just a larger section of my notebook for these 2 things, I think will work better for me instead of sectioning it up by TV and movies. And then these 2 pages I am doing because I enjoyed them so much last year, is having kind of a year in photos. With the Traveler's Notebook, I wasn't able to fit very many photos on the page, so I'm excited this time around to just have more space to include more photos. I use a Polaroid mini printer to print out my photos at home, which I'll link below. But my last spread for this setup is something new that I'm doing, and it's planning pages for the month ahead. And so in this case, January will be the next spread I do. So this is a way for me to just kind of see what I want to do, to practice anything like hand lettering or doodles, and then again just having this space to plan the entire layout. I did this for my setup in another journal, and I really liked how it looked. So I think going forward, I'm going to continue this for all the months of 2021. So yeah, that is my setup. And of course, gotta include a bit more washi tape because I have so much, I have to use it somewhere. But here you go. Here is my bullet journal 2021 setup. Thank you to everyone who joined me for this past year, and if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button and check back for my January 2021 setup, which will be up in the next few days. But until then, thanks for joining. I will see you next time.